Hi, welcome to We Why Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are talking about Real Housewives of New York. This is the reunion, the first show of the reunion. I'm very excited about this.
Me too.
I thought first we would go over their outfits because I did pull together their outfits. Let's see what we have. So first we have Brynn. So Brynn was wearing a taller marmot dress.
Is it behind you?
It is.
Okay, so you might just want to scooch a little bit more. I don't want you to be out of the picture, but I mean, we see half of her. It's fine.
Okay.
We know.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So hers is a taller, it is a taller marmot dress. The shoes are Amina Mudai and Tiffany & Co. jewelry.
Oh.
She was styled by Amber Rose Smith. But today she says she's going for Zsa Zsa Gabor. They share the same birthday.
I think somebody fact-checked that on social media, and it was not true that they share the same birthday.
She's actually, her exact quote was, "We share the same birthday, almost."
Okay. Okay.
So I'm going to be very Zsa Zsa.
Okay. I thought it was giving Mrs. Roper vibes, but whatever.
Yes. She also said lots of feathers and no pigeons. Then we have Sai De Silva. Hers is a Christopher John Rogers dress. Her shoes are Roger Vivier. And her jewelry is Dana Kemp and Michael M. So
I'm sorry. I really liked Sai's dress. I feel like Sai is so petite. Sometimes she gets lost in her dresses like this. But It's a beautiful dress, and she's beautiful. So
it's a beautiful standing dress.
Yes.
You know, that's the problem with some of these dresses. And her inspiration was, let's see, the vibe of this look is a mixed modern elegance and dramatic sophistication. The sleeveless tailored top with lapels gives a look of a modern twist, blending masculine tailoring with feminine drama, which I agree with. I agree with all of that.
Yeah.
And
what did Andy say? Business on top, party on the bottom.
Yeah. But again, it's a gown, and it's it really should be a standing. It's not a good sitting dress.
Yeah.
And then we have Jessel's.
I feel like hers was
gorgeous.
Top. Yeah.
Hers was gorgeous. I cannot pronounce it. It was Mecheski dress, Yves Saint Laurent shoes, Artem jewelry. She was going for haute couture, something super chic. We're thinking European. She cut her hair short, so we were thinking this little French bob situation. And she confessed backstage that I have a gorgeous dress that's by a Russian designer. So I guess that's what the designer is. And it is gorgeous. I thought it was gorgeous.
Absolutely.
I never heard of that designer, but
no,
it doesn't matter.
Neither. Yeah, me neither. Did you happen to see Austin with Patricia Atchell on Watch What Happens Live?
I did not.
Nothing major, but Andy asked Austin who in the Bravo sphere he has connected with the most. And he said Jessel. They were somewhere, and he said, I sat and talked to Jessel, and he's like, she was hysterical. He's
that's
like, I
awesome.
really liked her. Yeah, I thought so too.
Yeah, that's awesome. Did you watch the whole episode?
I did.
All right, so we'll have to talk. You'll have to give me the deets, because I heard there was a whole thing with Paige, but we'll wait and do it at the end.
Oh, yes.
Okay, because I didn't get a chance to watch it.
Patricia was hysterical on it, by the way.
Was she?
Yes.
Okay, next we have Jenna. Jenna is wearing a Balenciaga robe, Louboutin shoes, and her earrings are De Beers, which then we know that they're diamonds. I just wanted to do something unexpected and playful. I can't compete in the sexy dress category. I don't agree with her on that. I don't
either, because she showed up to the one event this season and where she was channeling Brynn, but she looked amazing.
Yeah. I think she absolutely can compete in the sexy dress category.
Yes.
She did say, though, it's kind of hard to top the jeans like she did denim last time. Well, I guess this does. I mean, and then it did list her hairstylist, but I wouldn't write it down since she was wearing a turban. There was no one styling that hair.
No.
So,
but I love the turban.
But you know what I did read online, and I thought, well, that's interesting. She didn't have lashes on. Now, the person that put this said maybe she planned on wearing the glasses the entire time, but
I would
Andy
imagine.
put a kibosh on that.
Yeah.
But she does have a lash line, so you think she would have put on her lashes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I just
I
think...
did think she looked great, though. I loved the look.
Yeah, I didn't. I just didn't. Okay, and then we had Erin. Erin is wearing a Bottega Veneta dress, retro feet shoes, and her jewelry was Kill Colin. And Lizzie Rosenberg styled her. I feel like I know that stylist's name.
Maybe we talked about it during Fashion Week.
Yeah, maybe. That could be. And she was worried the dress wasn't going to fit. I think that they, she's actually not that far along in the pregnancy. I thought she was further along, but you know what? It's her fourth, so
yeah,
you pop quick, and
yes,
yeah, it just
absolutely.
Now, Ubah's, we don't even know who the designer was. So she wore a shimmery black dress with chunky gold jewelry. She was styled by Arnold Milford. I actually got my dress last night, the night before the reunion, at 9 p.m. My stylist came in and he had all these clothes, and I tried on one outfit and I said, I'm done. That's it. I'm actually shocked that the outfit I said I'm done with, I don't want to look like anything else. And it's fabulous. One and done.
I absolutely love it. That's like my gig, like short dress, show the legs. I love it. I thought she looked great.
Yeah, she looked gorgeous. I just can't believe she waited until 9 o'clock the night before the reunion. But you know what?
That's risky.
When you're Ubah effing Hassan.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter. You could pull anything off.
Yep.
You could pull anything off. Yep. Oh, this one I love. Raquel Charmont. She wore a Carolyn Herrera dress, Yves Saint Laurent shoes, and Alex Bitar jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
It reminded her of Warhol pop art flower paintings. And
For sure.
It is gorgeous. I loved hers. I thought it was different. I thought it was sexy. I thought it was perfect. And it worked well with the other girls. Like, just not to have all black or all gold or...
Yeah. And I think, listen, you can't expect anything less than an art piece from her.
Right.
So
absolutely,
she really nailed it.
Yeah. I loved it. Yeah. And that was it for the decor.
Yeah.
So we will start with the reunion.
Yeah, because Rebecca hasn't been out yet.
Right. And by the way, I had a hard time finding Rebecca's dress.
Really?
Yeah. I had a hard time finding. And I guess her dress is hers. I think it's Rebecca Minkoff because I couldn't find the designer, but I'm assuming it's hers because she has her online.
Right.
But she wasn't in any of the pictures with all the women, which I thought was, I don't know. I mean, we know she's there. We know she's there. Okay, so in the beginning, Brynn walks into Jessel's dressing room and asks how she's doing. Jessel says, fine. How about you? Brynn says, I think everything's fine, right? And Jessel says, you think everything's fine? And Brynn says, you're being cryptic. She says, I'm not being cryptic.
I'm just surprised that you would think everything was fine.
Right. She's like, you saw the show. And Brynn's like, oh, I'm watching the 15th episode now. Okay, well, maybe watch that and then come back to me. And you'll let me know.
Did you see the blind item out that Brynn has this huge secret?
I saw somebody has a huge secret. I didn't know it was Brynn.
I'm sorry. You're right. It did say, but everybody's saying it's Brynn.
Oh.
Again, I think Bravo puts these blind items out.
Yeah, I think that they do.
I'm very curious as to what the big secret is, though.
I am too. So then we see Erin is in Ubah's dressing room and says, I'm sure we're going in with a hopeful resolve. And Ubah says, no, I'm not resolving anything. Then we see Brynn is in her dressing room getting her hair done while watching the episode. I mean, that's just bold.
Yeah.
That's just bold. Andy sees Jenna come in with the robe on and he's like, are you is this? She's like, no, this is it. He's like, you are changing the game. It's true. She is definitely changing the game. And that's what she's there for, to be quite honest with you. That's why she's there. So all the ladies come in, they sit down. He starts out congratulating Jessel on her 10th anniversary. And this was another thing that just asked if there was a gift involved. And she said yes. And he said, well, what was it? She said, it was an iPhone 16. I was like, what?
I actually got one of those for my birthday from Eric, so I was like, awesome.
Yeah, I mean, an anniversary
fine with it.
gift. And you and Jessel, I guess, I don't know. Like,
I guess it should have been a little more romantic, but you know what? If you're a practical person, you're a practical person. She needed a new phone. It was an anniversary. You get her a phone. You're done. I don't know.
a phone is a tool. Like, it is a tool. It's a tool. If I need a new phone, I buy a new phone. I don't wait for a gift.
See, I don't though. Like I'm very happy with what's working. I'm not like the latest and greatest. I don't need like all that. I don't know if Jessel's like that. I'm just saying that's how I am. So if Eric didn't get me a phone for something, I would probably never get a new phone.
Oh.
I went from an 11 to a 16.
Wait. You wouldn't go out and buy your own phone, is what you're saying.
No. I had an 11.
Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, no, if I want a new phone.
I don't know if Jessel's like that. I'm just saying that's.
Yeah, that could be. I mean, I guess it could be. She was happy with it. So that's all that matters, to be quite honest with you. That is all that matters. He says hi to Jenna and asks, like, what's the plan with the sunglasses? And she says they'll come off. But she didn't really, he kind of had to prompt her.
Oh, for sure.
And that's when she said, it's hard, like, where do you go from jeans, And then he's like, no, it's great. He says hi to Brynn, and she lets him know that she's channeling Jaja. And then Raquel says she's excited to be there. Andy says he's excited that she's there. Then he says to Sai, business on top, party on the bottom. Erin is due April 1st, which, now it's, what is it?
Now we're closer, but when they filmed it, you're right. She wasn't that far along.
Andy asked Ubah if she was Ubah hot, and she said, no, she is Ubah Zen. Mm-hmm. And he's like, since when? And she goes, since June. He said, like, when did we wrap? June. Mm-hmm. So then Andy, this is the question he always asks in the beginning. If anyone wants to set any intentions for the night.
When did he start doing this?
When did he start doing this?
Yeah, he's been doing this lately on the reunions.
Yeah, he has been.
I think he started with Jersey.
Probably.
Wrong cast.
Well, that would have been years ago at this point, right? The season ended very dramatically. Brynn just watched it this morning. Brynn said she hopes for a lot of clarity and resolution. Erin, hopefully we get to a place of understanding. Ubah said she's okay and she's happy to be there. And that's it. She has nothing else. Ubah and Brynn have not spoken since the last day of filming at this point, which was in June. And I have to imagine they did this in December. So that's a long time.
Yeah, that is a long time.
Yeah. Andy says to Jenna, there's a lot of opinions out there about your partner Cass choosing not to be on the show. Jenna said, uh-huh. Andy said, I ran into you and her at a party and she ran away from me. Andy asks if they are married, I guess because that's something that, she could do without telling anyone. Yeah. And she said that they had a playful, emotional ceremony with some friends and family in Texas.
Yeah.
But it's not legal and they're not in a hurry because they're together and they're happy.
And she also insinuated that Cass is very outspoken. And
yes,
she was not nervous, but a little cautious about having her on the show.
Well, it's not even that she's outspoken. I think it's more specifically that she's politically incorrect.
Okay.
She's afraid that she'll get canceled.
Right.
Which, listen, if that's what it is, that's what it is,
It is, but Jenna does Jenna is very even keel. Very, she walks the line very carefully and she does it well. It works for her. So, yeah, don't rock that boat, Jenna.
Right.
Because you're still a fan fave. And we saw what happened to Brynn from season 1 to season 2.
Yes.
So don't rock that boat.
A viewer asked the ladies, how do you feel about Jenna being so coy about her relationship with you? And then she talks so candidly with the press about it. Sai said, it's annoying. Andy agrees it's annoying. You're on a reality show. What's up with that? I mean, she kind of said her response to it was like, yeah, I mean, it's not like it's intentional. It's, the things that I'm with the media is things that Cass and I have discussed prior. So she knows I'm going to be saying them. And I guess in the midst of filming, there's not conversations that she says, oh, I'm going to put this out there because she's just naturally being herself. That's not what she said, but I think that is what she meant.
Yeah, I agree with you. I
Right?
totally agree with you. Yes.
It's not something that's planned.
Right.
Sai, another question was, have you apologized to Pavit for calling him a Dory lookalike? And Sai said no. And then they cut to a clip where Brynn is reading the text message in her confessional. That's how we know that, she did that. Jessel said...
So it was probably a private text from Sai to Brynn.
Yes.
And Brynn brought it to light.
Yes. I didn't know that. I mean, I didn't remember that,
Right. Me neither. Right.
I didn't remember that. Jessel said he ran with it. And Sai said, because he did that. He did a couple, things with it. Sai said he's making the best of his doppelganger. You mentioned in Puerto Rico that you wanted an apology from Pavit for calling you a bipolar bitch. Have you gotten that? And Sai responds, no. Jessel said he's working on it. And then Sai said, if my husband called a woman a bitch, he would apologize. Sai thought it was very hurtful. The fact that he did call her bipolar was very offensive. And then Jessel said, well, you said a couple of things that he wasn't fond of. And Sai said, well, what? Well, you insinuated that he was going to Vietnam to cheat.
And she did.
She absolutely did insinuate that.
I don't agree with the bipolar comment. I think that in this, in today's world, you shouldn't do that because mental health is such a delicate subject and there is such a stigma to it that you don't want to throw those words out there. But she did insinuate that he was going to Vietnam to cheat on his wife.
Yes.
And that's fucked up.
Yeah. No, that absolutely is 100%. But the bitch thing too, when the fact that Jessel is like, well, he's working on it. It's either you're sorry or you're not, it's not you're working on it.
Yeah. I think that he's working on, thinking about whether or not he thinks he owes her an apology. To me, listen, people get so offended by the word bitch. I mean, whatever. It's not that
it doesn't offend you? A bitch doesn't offend you?
No. Anybody can call me a bitch. Go ahead.
Really? I don't know. I think I would be offended being called a bitch.
That's just me. Said on Watch What Happens Live.
I didn't see it. What did she say?
I can be a bitch.
Oh, okay.
And I can be a bitch.
Okay.
So I don't, if somebody wants to call me a bitch, call me a bitch. I don't like the C word.
Oh gosh, no, I don't like that word either.
No. But I don't know. I think the bipolar thing, I think Pavit owes her an apology, but I also think Sai owes him an apology for insinuating that he was going to go to Vietnam to cheat on his wife. It is what it is.
Yeah. I agree. Raquel's mom has not been into New York. We find that out. And they never got the iPad working, which that's insane to me.
Yeah, that's weird.
And the kids have never been able to FaceTime with her. I mean,
yeah, it's very strange. Who can get an iPad to work?
Right.
Plug it in and charge it. FaceTime is on an iPad, right? Just like it's on your iPhone?
Yes.
Plug it in and have them call you and it should ring and you should be able to answer it.
Yes. That's how it works.
Yes.
Andy said to the women he felt like they were being extra lesbianic in front of Raquel's mom.
Thank you, Andy, because I said the same thing. I thought the same thing. I thought they were overdoing it in front of Raquel's mother.
I know. I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
First, I'd like to know, is lesbianic really a word? I don't think so. Jenna apologizes. And like I said then, I don't think it was intentional. I just think that,
it's just the way it played out.
It is.
She kissed Brynn on the mouth, and she always does. And then everybody was like, oh,
Yeah. And, Raquel said her mom doesn't watch this show, which that's another thing that's very surprising.
Yeah. Well, I guess if she has a problem, and I don't agree with this, I think it's awful, but if she has a problem with her being with a woman, why is she going to watch her on TV with a woman?
Because it's her daughter.
I agree with you.
Who, not only is it her daughter, but it's her daughter. It's her only daughter. It's her only child.
Well, yeah, especially this, of how she grew up without a father.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
Who gives a shit who she's with? As long as she's in love and they make her happy.
Right. I don't know who said this, but someone said, who heard Sai say, I couldn't stand Jenna?
I totally forgot about all this, but this is how the season opened.
Yeah. And Erin said, I heard something. Brynn said, you said it to me. And then the next thing that came up, and this is what blew me away. Brynn said, coming into the season, my plan was to get people to like Jenna more by liking me less. Did you see the look on everyone's face when she said that?
Yeah, because she's so full of shit.
Their jaws dropped.
About?
Yeah. Yeah. And Brynn said, in the first 5 weeks, it was you and Erin putting me through hell, meaning Sai and Erin.
Yeah, what? First of all, Erin was very supportive of Brynn.
Yeah.
The whole season. Like, that was the only person she kind of had at one point.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's what she kept saying. Brynn keeps saying, the first 5 weeks, you both screamed at me, and the energy, Sai's like, I screamed at you once. And she did. She only screamed at her once.
Yeah. At her birthday.
Yes, at her birthday. And
Not
that
today,
was
stay in.
Right. And then the whole Uber gate, and then Jenna called Jessel a basic bitch, like all the things that Brynn was stirring up. Brynn said, I don't create these stories. Brynn says, when you tell us something, you embellish it.
And Sai said, there's not one scene of me lying on camera, but they flashed back, they caught you lying on camera the whole season.
Brynn is bringing up the Jeff Lewis thing, that's why that triggers her, and she's crying, and Sai's trying to talk, and Andy asked Sai, like, how's therapy going? But I don't know why he asked her that then, when they were still kind of like finishing it up with Brynn. And Sai's like, I'm not doing it. Yeah. He's like, well, how long did you do it? And she said 4 months. Listen, I love Sai. I did see a different side, but Sai, please go back to therapy. I'm not saying that you need it, but I'm just saying it's very helpful.
Yeah. And 4 months is, you're just kind of scratching the surface.
Yeah. Yeah. She's got a lot of shit. She's got a lot of shit going on there.
Yeah. Did you? Okay, we'll get there.
Well, then after a commercial break, Andy whispers over to Jenna, you need to save the robe for BravoCon. And Jenna said, well, I was thinking about returning it.
That's exactly what I was just going to bring up. So that must have happened just next. She was going to return the robe?
Yeah. After she wore it on national TV. She's like, it was very expensive. He's like, well, how much was it? She's like, $1,500. Which, I mean, $1,500 for a robe is expensive, but if you bought a gown, it would have been way more than $1,500.
Right. And what are you doing?
And then Brynn said hers was $7,000 and she bought it. I did look it up. Hers was actually $6,000, but maybe she's counting like the jewelry and the shoes and everything with it.
Alterations.
Yeah. $6,000 though. It's a lot of money.
That was a lot of money.
For a muumuu, right?
Straight up muumuu. Straight up muumuu.
Yeah. Then Andy brings up that Erin brought mezcal to America, the poor man's tequila.
That was so funny.
It was great. Funny. And Erin's like, I don't know. Like, I don't know why I said that. I mean, it was a long time ago, but she's like, I don't know.
That was great. But you know what? Here's the difference. And I like what I saw here. She could very easily have like skirted around that, came up with something snarky. She totally acknowledged it and was like, yeah, I got nothing. I don't know why I did that.
Right.
But at least she acknowledged that she did it. And Brynn will not acknowledge anything. She just keeps coming up with excuse and excuse and excuse. And it just makes her look worse.
Yes, it does. It does.
I mean, it was something silly with Erin, but she owned it.
Still,
she was
right.
like, oh, what the fuck I was talking about.
Yeah. And it's important to own your shit.
Absolutely.
Because you don't grow. If you don't own your shit, you don't grow.
That's right. That's right.
So then Andy says, Erin talking about her story about the abortion and about telling her dad.
Oh, and those scenes with her and her dad. That was hard to watch. It was hard to watch her watch it.
Yes, it was hard to watch her watch it. She's crying. Her dad did know that she was expecting. She lets us know that it just happened so fast. She had no idea how sick he really was.
He probably didn't either, right?
He probably, I don't know. He might have, and he just didn't want to tell her,
Yeah.
And then they talk about the failed handbag line again. Andy asked Erin how much she would have made if she still had her Bitcoin.
A couple $100,000.
Yeah. And she said Brynn made fun of it, like made fun of the whole handbag line that she had that failed. Like, listen, so what? You tried to do something as, they did it together. It wasn't something
Yeah.
that he did, they did it together.
Right.
And, when we initially heard that, he did this with the money, like I didn't know it was all to do with this handbag line.
Yeah,
And
it
I
was to
didn't,
pay off their debt.
right. But I didn't know it was debt that they incurred together. And he was hiding it from her because he didn't want her to worry about it. It's not like she didn't know about it, but she didn't know about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
She knew that the handbag line failed, but I guess she didn't realize the extent of how much money was owed.
Right.
So his intentions were very good.
Absolutely. And listen, that's why they're still married. That's
why they're still married.
Growing their family. Like,
right.
He was doing what he thought was best for their family, although she wasn't aware of it. I'm sure he'll never make that mistake again, doing something like that without talking to her about it. But they got past it. Shit happens in marriages. You got to roll with it, and
Right.
if you're in it for the long haul, then you got to power through.
Yeah, you got to just stick it out. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Andy says it was an unbelievable response, that she received after she shared her story. And she said it really was like so many people. Jenna admitted to her, her mother admitted to her, her father admitted to her. And I didn't realize that Raquel admitted it on the after show.
Raquel admitted it right there.
Yes. No, but she had already done it.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, she had already done it on the after show.
Okay.
Which I didn't know. So yeah. So,
she said a couple of other housewives reached out to her.
Yes.
Obviously she would not disclose who, but.
Right. But that's the thing is like when you talk about things like this that are going on and you have a platform like this, you really help a lot of people. You really get the word out there that, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. And you know what this makes me think of? And I don't know why my mind just went here. Like, I feel like, yes, you have a platform and she brought light to this. And thank God she did, because other people need to understand, people are so judgmental about this, obviously. And you look at Mia on Potomac and what she's doing to Gordon and talking about his mental health and spinning it in such a negative light, like how it's affecting her and how horrible it's making her life. Like,
yeah,
she, and mental health is such a big issue in this country, and she should just be doing it differently. That's really what's going on. She should be doing it differently. I don't know why my head just went there.
I agree. I totally agree. And then Andy says, so Ubah, Jessel, and Brynn are all kind of on the same journey of wanting a baby. Andy tells Brynn it was very brave for her to open up about her essay. And he asked, like, why did you decide to do it? And she said, it helps to share. It helps her to share, too. Andy asked if she masks her shame and vulnerability with humor. And that's what she tries to do. I mean, that's what she,
Yeah.
And then Andy asks if it was someone you knew. And she said, yes, he was courting her.
If she still sees him.
Yeah, because he said, have you spoke to him since? She said she still sees him. He asked if you thought about pressing charges. And she said, well, it's too hard because there's no proof. Erin says it bothers her that this person is out there and can do this to someone else.
I thought what Jenna said was very powerful and very correct.
Yes.
That sometimes when a woman speaks out, they are put on trial.
Right. Right.
So I believe that wholeheartedly, that's what poor Brynn is going through.
Yes, I do too. And I was glad that Jenna stepped in with that. Yeah. Because that was important to get out there. And Ubah is crying and Andy asks, like, why is she crying? And she said, because she knows the person, and she knows, because Brynn said, I know why people commit crimes. Because, and
if you can get away with it, sure,
right.
Somebody took that part of you that you'll never get back. You'll never be the same. You're never going to look in the mirror at yourself and feel the same way about yourself that you did prior to that happening. And that is so...
That is sad. It is sad. And it's again, it just brings back up why it's so important for therapy.
Sure.
I mean,
Absolutely.
like just to heal your soul so that it's not so difficult every day. And I can imagine there's days she doesn't even want to get out of bed, you know?
Right. Yeah.
And it is sad. It is sad. It doesn't excuse her behavior, but it is
No.
sad.
Two things can be true and it has to
Yes.
be isolated,
Yes.
compartmentalized. Yeah.
Ubah moved in with Oliver, so she now lives in Connecticut.
Which is interesting how they would navigate next season if she comes back, right?
Yeah, because she said she gave up her New York apartment. But listen, she's Ubah. She can get an Airbnb for filming. Why not?
Yes, she can. If Meredith Marks can do it every season.
Right. She certainly can, right?
That's right. What am I saying?
Brynn says Gideon is the same as when they were engaged. She and him were in London at the same time, and she was trying to make the appointment. But I guess he's just got a problem with commitment. Like he says the words, but his actions don't follow through.
Yeah.
And although he seems very charming and he's very handsome and he seems very supportive, if his actions aren't there, then his actions aren't there, you know?
Yeah. And, I don't know. I mean, I think Brynn does want to be a mom, and it would probably be the best thing for Brynn, given what she went through as a kid. It would probably be the best thing for her. And all she wants is, a donor, and she wants to have control. But if you're going to do that, then she should probably just go to a place and, like what Lala did. Don't do it with someone you have a history with, because then you might be expecting more from that person, But I think she probably wanted the financial backing from Gideon.
And listen, I don't know Brynn's circumstances. I don't know if she has a big enough support group around her to do this on her own, because we know it's not easy having a baby. It's not easy. And she doesn't seem like she's got a big support group, unlike Lala, who's got a whole tribe.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
The next topic is Jessel's glow up. Well, this was an interesting topic because
at least we now know that they're having sex 1 or 2 times a week.
Yes. But he's asking her about her glow up, and then Brynn is kind of like trying to answer, again, like sticking her nose in where it didn't need to be. Yes. So she says that she's had Botox and then fillers and veneers. Yeah. No big deal. She looks gorgeous. She is gorgeous.
Absolutely.
She is gorgeous.
They all do that.
Right.
To me, that's not plastic surgery.
Well, it's not.
Botox and fillers, that's not
plastic surgery.
Right.
No. Then he brings up the conversation by the pool about the love of Jessel's life was not her husband.
That was so bad.
Jessel says to Brynn, "You distorted my words. We were talking about the craziest hookup and not who we were, the love of our lives."
The love of our lives.
Right. And Jessel is yelling, and she's like, "Imagine sitting on the couch with my husband and he thinks I'm lying to him."
Yeah. And her family and friends watching this.
Right. And she's like, she's yelling at her. And as she should be, "Brynn, check your facts. I had to watch it with him. That is fucked up. My family and friends have to watch this. And then you walk into my dressing room like nothing happened and you're wondering why I'm quiet." I'm glad she gave her all that.
Absolutely.
I'm glad she gave it to her. And Brynn's like, "I'm so sorry. I just saw that the other day." Because I guess she didn't watch those episodes either. Jessel said, "Well, why didn't you call me?"
Stop talking. And
right.
She physically can't shut up.
Right. Jessel's like, "Then when you saw it, why didn't you call me and apologize?"
Right.
And then Brynn says, "Well, I was like, I miss Erin and Cy." And she's like, "So you're the kind of person is that you bond over talking shit about me to Erin and Cy, and that's what you miss?"
She is that kind of person, though.
She
is that kind of person. I feel like last season, the first season, Jessel was the butt of all of their jokes.
She was. And
then they went into this season and Cy was in a totally different place and not doing that and in a good place with Jessel. But Brynn missed that and created this whole scene when they were sitting out by the pool that day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Erin fell for it.
Yeah. And she's like, and she said to her, I'm questioning your character to my core. I'm always trying to uplift you. I'm always trying to make you feel better. She apologizes. Brynn says that, I'm sorry. Jenna's crying and says, Brynn putting this on TV is horrible.
Yeah.
And she's saying to Brynn, just stop. Just say you're sorry. Stop trying to defend yourself. Just stop. Just stop. And Sai did apologize too. I mean,
you could tell Sai really felt bad about it.
100%.
Did Erin apologize?
I didn't write down that Erin apologized, but I'm sure that she did. And I don't think we're done because that's my last bit of notes.
Yeah, that is how it ended. How it ended.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna get a little bit more with that because, yeah.
Do we know if there's 3 episodes?
I think there's only 2. Yeah, I think there's only 2.
A lot of people online are saying like the season sucked, but the reunion's good.
Yeah.
I mean, we know they're casting. We saw that.
Yep, we know they're casting.
I would imagine Rebecca's definitely not coming back. I have a feeling Brynn's not coming back.
I don't think Brynn's coming back either.
Especially depending on what this big secret is, if it is in fact about her, which I think it is.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
We'll have to wait and see. So tell me what happened on Watch What Happens Live with
Patricia
Austin.
and Austin were on, and it was very good. And there were 2 Watch What Crappens, the podcast.
Oh,
Those
okay.
gentlemen were behind the bar, and they were great. And they said that Jessel was the MVP for New York this season. Andy asked Austin if he foresaw the breakup with Paige and Craig. And he said he had a feeling for about a month prior that something was going on. And Andy asked Patricia, and she said, I think that Paige was mean to Craig. I thought she was mean to him. And then Andy asked Austin about the rumors about Paige being with someone else. And Austin said that he feels that Craig's been going through a hard time, but he has come to terms with the fact that it is not a rumor. And it is true. I did see that Paige clapped back, but she didn't clap back very well. She just said something like, oh, somebody I haven't talked to in 6 months thinks that the rumor's not true. Oh, okay. Something like that.
Or the rumor
Paige
is true.
Definitely insinuated that she is with somebody else. And Craig knows, and he's come to terms with it.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think if they said anything else. They did talk about the fact that...
they talk about JT?
What?
Did they talk about JT?
So Andy brought up, I'm sorry. Somebody asked, I think a virtual viewer asked if Patricia has apologized to JT, being that he didn't call her a bitch. And she was like, well, I don't think the jury's in whether or not he called me a bitch or not, because now they're saying that it happened after they unmiked. But she said, the fact is I can be a bitch. So, she's not holding anything against JT, basically.
Yeah.
Did you watch the latest episode?
I did not.
I just watched it last night, so we'll talk about it. It's interesting.
Okay.
I don't know how much longer JT is going to be on the show. I believe he's getting ready to depart, but he is in the latest episode.
Okay.
But it was very good. It's still worth watching Patricia and Austin on the after show.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I definitely will watch it. I started to watch Southern Charm. I just didn't get to finish it. I saw Vanita and him were talking, and it was like the next day, right? After the party, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They went back to his space, his drinking space, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Space.
So yeah, I didn't finish it, so I have to finish it.
Yeah, we should talk about it. It's good.
Okay.
Southern Hospitality was good.
Okay, I didn't watch that one yet either. I'm like,
did you watch the last episode though?
I did.
So what are your thoughts on this whole Emmy and Will thing? I feel like they're all coming pretty hard at their relationship, and I don't like it.
Really?
I just don't like it.
I think Will is not good for Emmy.
Okay. I
think Will is a dog. I mean, all of his friends are calling him out on it.
I know, and I hate that because I'm rooting for them.
She follows him blindly. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. She just nothing you tell her. It could be right in front of her. She's not going to see it.
Yeah, I've been there. I get it.
I feel like she's going to get hurt so bad.
She is in such good shape. Like, she's really, like,
I think
the transformation?
yeah, but I think that that's all stress. I think that's, I think she's trying to do everything she can to keep him.
That's how she's coping. Like, she's
Yep.
going to the gym. She's overdoing it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. I don't think this whole thing is healthy for her at all.
Maybe when the housewives, slow down, we could start talking about this more.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I don't know if you saw this. You may have. I literally just saw, because I wasn't on my phone that much today, right before I logged on. So did you see the coming attractions for the Potomac reunion?
I've seen a couple different coming attractions. I sent you something.
Did you send me the thing about Stacey and TJ? And
Oh, no, I didn't send you that one. I didn't see that one.
So TJ's not at the reunion.
Okay.
And basically, Eddie says that he FaceTimed TJ and asked him why he wasn't there. And TJ said that Stacey was paying him to be her boyfriend on the show. And her checks weren't coming in, so he didn't go to the reunion. And I don't know if this is true. I literally just saw this before I logged on. I mean, we said it in the beginning of the season. It was very reminiscent of Kenya Moore's first season with Roger, the HVAC guy. It was very reminiscent of that.
Yes.
So we shall see.
Yeah, I saw a lot of stuff about Karen. I saw Karen. She did a video message for them.
Yes.
I saw...
Giselle had a picture of her. Did you see that?
Yes, I saw that. Giselle was crying. Andy asked why. I saw that. She said, I love her. She's...
As much as I hate her, I love
her. I saw Ashley said that she heard that there was another passenger in the car and he fled the scene.
Yes.
And you see on the tape this is the one I sent you. You see on the body cam footage, she says, which is probably why she thought she'd be vindicated. She says to Ray, I wasn't driving. The security that you hired for me was driving.
Oh.
Yes.
She said this at the scene while she was drunk?
Yes.
Was she she had to be driving.
I don't know. If somebody fled the scene, was she? If there was somebody else there that fled the scene, I don't know.
OMG.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know, but I do know that I did read that she fired her attorney. She's got a new attorney.
That's just a tactic to put off her sentencing, though.
But it's definitely a tactic to put off her sentencing. The other attorney was going to file an appeal.
So this attorney will file an appeal for her.
Well, I mean, if that is true, there was somebody else, then, that changes everything.
It totally does. And
that
you
changes
see Wendy,
everything.
I keep meaning to ask you this. Every time they talk about Potomac on Bravo, they show a clip of Wendy saying, this changes everything. Have we seen her say that on the show other than these coming attractions?
No. It's these coming attractions. And I don't know if she's talking about Mia.
Me too.
Or Karen. It's one of the two. It's something to do with Mia or Karen. And I don't know which it's about, because she also says she is not my friend and will never be my friend.
Yeah. Yes, she does say that at the reunion.
I don't know if it's about Mia or Karen. And again,
when she says this changes everything, that's a confessional look. She's in a confessional when she says that.
Okay.
That's not at the reunion.
Okay, but maybe it's a confessional we never saw.
Right. Maybe it's in this last, because they have the season finale coming up, right? And then the reunion. Or did they have the season finale?
No, we didn't have the season finale yet. We have to do the dogs.
Right. So that's coming up.
Right. I don't know.
It's going to be a good reunion.
It's going to be a good reunion. It really is going to be a good reunion.
What else did I say? So Teresa was talking about Rachel Fuda, saying that nobody would probably watch the season if Rachel comes back. I'm like,
I love Rachel.
Why is she still talking about them? It's unbelievable.
It is.
Nobody's even talking about her or thinking about her. They're just living their lives. Rachel's preparing for her new baby. Right. Melissa is swimming in all the money she's making of her sprinkle cookies. Danielle is making hysterical videos spoofing Jen Aiden. Like, they are all living their lives.
I did see today, I don't know if it's true, but I saw a lot of reports that it's official that Jen Eden has been fired. But I don't
I
know if
saw
it's
that Up
true.
and Adams said it, but quite honestly, after Salt Lake City,
I don't believe him.
he's got no,
No,
there's no credibility there anymore.
no, I don't believe him.
No.
But I did see it other places. I did see his, but I did see it other places too. So I don't know if that's true or not. Danielle, I don't know if you saw, our girl Danielle has a fundraiser coming up in Aberdeen
Mm.
at an Italian restaurant. I would go, but I can't afford it, unfortunately. I think it's $150, but it is a good cause. It is a good cause. I don't have it right now, but
No, me neither.
otherwise I
Me
would go
neither.
support it.
Yeah, we always support Danielle. But yeah, that's a little too steep right now, Danielle.
Sorry.
It's January. We're still trying to
No, it's
recover from Christmas.
February. It's
Oh my
February.
God, it's February.
It's February.
And I'm still trying to recover from Christmas.
In June, we're going to be saying, I'm still trying to recover from Christmas.
Exactly. It's like I'm still trying to lose the baby weight and he's 17. This year's my year.
This is it. So, all right. I guess until next time, if you guys could please give us some 5-star reviews and share this with your friends, follow us, subscribe, do all those fun things. Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.